I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm telling you, I hope Alabama beats Auburn, which I think is to be expected in their season finale, and Georgia takes care of business against Georgia Tech. And then when they meet in the SEC Championship, that the Bulldogs pull off the upset against the Crimson Tide and advance to the national championship game to take on Notre Dame. Because the bottom line, guys, is, as I've told you many, many times, watching two teams struggle offensively, seeing a defensive battle, hey, that's great if it's week 7 of the regular season, but in a national championship game, I do not want to see a 9-6 final, and that's what we could have if Alabama takes on Notre Dame. Instead, please, give me the Bulldogs. They'll give up some points, they'll put some points on the board, hopefully, anything after what happened last night in the BCS with Oregon and Kansas State going down. Not really surprised. I got to tell you, even though I used Kansas State as a free pick yesterday, I'm not surprised that Kansas State lost. I'm surprised they lost by such an overwhelming margin. I'm surprised at how poorly Colin Klein played. But I was a little worried about that selection, even though it was just a free pick, because I know that Kansas State has really struggled defensively here, especially after losing one of their top linebackers a few weeks back against teams that can throw the ball. And, of course, Baylor certainly should. As for Oregon, I didn't think they'd be able to cover at home against Stanford, but to lose the game outright, real bummer, because I thought that Oregon would take care of business against Kansas State because of Kansas State's defensive liabilities. Now, many will say that Bill Snyder should be pissed off at me today because I put the jinx on his Wildcats last night, but I'm sorry, when you can't play defense, you don't deserve to win out and go undefeated and move on into the national title game. And now we're going to get Alabama, probably, or Georgia against Notre Dame. Whew. Who would have thunk it, right? Hey guys, Al DeMarco here. This is going to be your Sunday video report. Plenty to run through. Money saving discount coupon code coming your way in just a moment. Plus a quick recap of who's hot and who's not. And my God, guys, Jeff Benton, Scott Delaney did it again yesterday. All that and more. Quick reminder, you've got to get into the fantasy football contest. Free to enter. Top 20 finish in the money. What type of money? How about a $500 prize pool? And if you entered last week or the week before or the week prior to that, you can do it again today, guys. It's free to enter every week here. Simply click on the ads. You've got until 1 o'clock Eastern Time to finalize your roster. Remember, this is a contest that's over after the Monday night game between Chicago and San Francisco. It's all settled up on Tuesday. First place, $125. Top 20 finish in the money. $500 prize pool. Do it now. Enter the free fantasy football contest we run in conjunction with DraftStreet.com right here on the site. Okay, guys, as I alluded to, Scott Delaney and Jeff Benton are absolutely on fire. Yesterday, Delaney cashed in once more with his biggest college football release of the season. It was another 150-dime release. Went with Middle Tennessee State. 6.5 point road favorite against South Alabama. He told you they would get the job done, and they did. And the 20-12 win on the road and cover against South Alabama. Of course, his first one was 2 Saturdays ago when he told you Rutgers would beat Army by 3 touchdowns, and they won 28-7. Well, today he's back with a play every bit as strong. The second ever 150-dime play in his career in the NFL. It's your big showdown between the Chargers and the Broncos. You remember the first time these two met, Chargers jump out to the 24-0 lead. Then turnover. Broncos come back and get the win on the road. And Monday night, public all over the Broncos in this one, betting them up from a touchdown favorite to 8.5. Here this morning, Chargers get revenge, stay in the number, or the Broncos prevail once more. It's his second ever 150-dime NFL play of his career. First 150-dime winner last Sunday when he told you, 2 Sundays ago, when he told you to ride the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a 1-point road dog. They jumped out to the huge lead at Oakland and won that game by 10 points, 42-32. Meanwhile, Jeff Benton, yesterday, he only had a small little play, right? And it was a 40-dime play. He went with Syracuse, 6.5 point road dog at Missouri. They win the game outright 31-27. Here's the deal. Today, he's going for winning day number 15 out of 19. 15 out of 19. That's the short-term record. Long-term record, $10 bettors have won $7,115 following his picks the past 7 weeks in all sports combined. Today, again, going for it. Biggest release of his career. One and only 150 dime underdog game of his life. Just as big as the only other 150 dime play he's had. It was his Monday night game of the year. A couple of Mondays ago, New Orleans at home taking care of business against the Eagles. 50% bigger than his 100 dime college football winner last Saturday when he gave you Minnesota on the road at Illinois, and the Golden Gophers won as a 2.5-point road chalk, 17-3. 4-1 with 75 dime plays this season. This play is twice as strong, and of course, it's almost 4 times stronger than last night's winner on Syracuse from Jeff Benton. And Shawn Michaels, third 100 dime winner this week. And listen to these numbers. It's his 100 dime NFL winner number 24 out of 31. That's over the past 3 years. 100 dime NFL winner number 24 out of 31 over the past 3 years. It's his NFL winner number 24 out of 37 no matter the ratings over the past 3 years. And it's his 212 NFL teaser of the year. Teaser winner number 27 out of 37. 26-10 record with teasers. Matter of fact, just hit a 100 dime teaser on Wednesday night in the Mid-American Conference when he gave you Northern Illinois and Ball State in their respective games. And this play is just as strong as that one, just as strong as his 100 dime NFL winner on Thursday night when he cashed with the Buffalo Bills. $10 bettors have won $8,175 following his football advice, college and pro, the past 3 seasons. Quick congratulations going out to Chris Jordan. Hit his biggest release of the college football season yesterday. 1,000-star Big Ten game of the year, Ohio State. 21-14 winner at Wisconsin in overtime. 14-6 with his highest rated college football releases so far this season. As for me yesterday, I told you I thought it was an extremely difficult card, and I thought the best bet on the board was a total, and then I cashed it easily as Utah State and Louisiana Tech went over the posted price by 16 points. Also told you I thought the Aggies would win that game, and they did in overtime against Louisiana Tech. So 23-12 football roll with paid and free picks combined, and I've got a couple of free selections coming your way in just a moment. The only guy, pretty much the only guy that lost a major play yesterday happened to be Matt Rivers. He had yesterday the first ever 750,000 star max wager play of his career in college football. It was a loser with Purdue. Hard, difficult loss to absorb in that one, as it looked like the Boilermakers were going to get the job done there late. Of course, he hit his first ever 750,000 star play in NFL, college football, baseball, any sport last Sunday when he had Seattle 28-7 over the Jets. But still, he was playing from a strength of position. And I've said this many times. When you accumulate a bankroll, when you're on a roll with your big plays, you've got to take a shot and go for the jugular and grab that brass coin or brass ring. And do I have any more bad analogies I can give you? And that's what he was in the position of doing, because remember, last week he hit 2 500,000 star plays in college football, then hit the 750,000 star play in the NFL, so he took a shot with it. Unfortunately, it did not come through. Listen, I've got your free picks coming up here in just a moment. I want to give you a money-saving discount coupon code that'll save you $18 off a single purchase today. It's November 18th, so why not give you a coupon code that's easy to remember? Remember this one, guys. 18 November. 18 November. 18 November. No space between the number 18 or the word November. 18 November will save you $18 off a single purchase today at the site. 18 November. Let's look at today's card. I got to tell you, I think this is one of the most difficult NFL cards that I have seen this season. Late last night, I get all the handicappers, they send me emails to our customer service department, let me know, what they're planning to do, what games they're focusing on, so I can have an idea, of what to expect here on a daily basis when I do the video report. So I hadn't gotten an email yet from Chris Jordan, so I called him up last night, and it's funny, I asked him, coming off the big 1,000-star play on Ohio State yesterday over Wisconsin, what he was thinking of today. And he said pretty much the same thing. Toughest Sunday he's seen the entire season. I mean, there is not one side selection that just jumps out on the board and says, bet me, bet me, bet me. In fact, for the second straight day, I'm using a total as my best bet today. With that being said, let me give you a couple of free selections on, again, what I think is a very difficult card. The first game is going to be New Orleans and Oakland, and I think a lot of people are just going to automatically jump on the Saints in this particular game because they saw the Saints beat the Falcons, they saw the Saints beat the Eagles, but let's not forget, this is still a Saints defense. It's giving up 400 yards plus per game, every game this season. That's a record. 9 games, 9 times they've allowed over 400 yards. It's a Saints defense that couldn't stop anybody. And it's such a cheap price. It's almost hard not to bet New Orleans in this spot. Of course, remember New Orleans' last road game? It was that Sunday night loss to the Denver Broncos. And Oakland, granted, after giving up 55 points to the Raiders last week, after giving up 42 points in a home loss to Tampa Bay the week before, it's not like you have a lot of enthusiasm for the Raiders, especially with Darren McFadden out. And the Raiders don't play any better defense than the Saints. So why not take the over in the game, right? I mean, it's kind of like my analysis with Utah State and Utah State and Louisiana Tech yesterday. I thought Utah State would win, but the total was just too easy, and it went over by 16 points. That's why I won money. Same thing in this game. I mean, how is this not priced with a total of like 63? Carson Palmer's been on a roll. He's going to shred that Saints secondary, which has been shredded by everybody else so far this season. The Saints don't have much of a pass rush. Meanwhile, the Raiders don't have any pass defense either. I mean, if you look at the NFL standings for those two teams, I mean, the Saints might be at the bottom of the barrel, and the Raiders might be number 24 in the league, a lofty position. But the fact is, this Oakland defense has allowed 66% completions on the season. The secondary has been scorched for 17 touchdown passes, coming up with only 6 interceptions because the pass rush has only accumulated 11 sacks on the season. And then, of course, you got a Saints defense that is ranked last in total defense in the NFL, giving up 28.4 points a game. So again, I think that this is a good spot to go ahead and take the over. So that would be your first free pick. Your next free pick is going to be in the Washington-Philadelphia contest. I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I really do think the Eagles are going to win this game. I know Washington, RG3, coming off the bye, the Eagles' offensive line problems, although they do get their starting right guard back today with Danny Watkins, which may or may not be a blessed event in Philadelphia, which means the offensive line reshuffles again. King Dunlop goes back to the left side where he's better suited than on the right side. It means that Demetrius Bell goes to the bench, which is definitely a blessing for Philadelphia fans. Nick Foles, the rookie out of Arizona, who played extensively during the preseason because of Michael Vick being out and played well enough in a relief role in his NFL debut in regular season play last week in relief of Vick when he went out with the concussion against Dallas. The Eagles, of course, we know has been just a horrible, horrible play. 1 point spread covered this season. They've lost 5 straight games, the longest losing streak in Andy Reid's tenure. Washington, though, coming off the bye, had lost 3 straight prior to the bye. This Washington team has so many holes defensively. They don't pressure the quarterback well. They can't stop the run. Their secondary is like Swiss cheese. I just have a feeling that Philadelphia, the 3.5-point road dog, is going to get the job done here and continue a trend that saw the Eagles sweep the season series a year ago. Now, I know the Eagles have problems with their pass rush this year, as in they don't have a pass rush. And I know they're going to have problems with containment in terms of corralling RG3 and anybody that decides to run the ball for the Redskins, because the Eagles' rush defense has been like a dike with a hole in it over the past, really about their last 4 or 5 games. But again, they have covered 10 of their last 15 as a road dog, and the Redskins are 0-4 against the spread the last 4 times they've come off a bye. And, this Redskins team at home hasn't played well, and they're lousy as a home favorite. So can't get that enthused with them. I mean, Carolina beat them as a road underdog. I think Philadelphia is going to win this game outright as well. Then your final play today. Look, I got to go against the New York Jets. Do you see any reason to back the New York Jets? I certainly don't. I mean, St. Louis Rams, they have played surprisingly good this season. The defense has really come on. 25 sacks, I think, on the season. They should be able to put some pressure on the Jets' Mark Sanchez here. And Sanchez is playing with no confidence. Sean Green has just been pathetic all season, but especially on the road where he's averaging just 44 yards and 2.9 yards per carry. Forget about the ground and pound. Just pound the Jets, meaning going against them today. St. Louis is coming off that 24-24 tie in overtime at San Francisco, but that was a big moral victory for them. Steven Jackson, who's really been seeing his role diminished in the St. Louis offense this season, and definitely showing the wearer's signs of father time. Had a good game last week. 29 carries, 101 yards. I think they're going to be able to run against the Jets. You know, a good San Francisco defense gave up 458 yards to the Rams last week. Sam Bradford, another strong game. 26 for 39, 285 yards in that contest. Rams defense had 5 sacks last week of the 49ers quarterbacks. Jets, 185 total yards and 11 first downs in their loss to Seattle on the road. Second road game in the week. They've lost their game prior to the bye, getting humiliated at home by Miami. Got crushed last week after the bye, losing at Seattle. I think they lose again here today. Because I think if it wasn't the Jets, if it wasn't Rex Ryan, I think that in reality, St. Louis should be a 6-point favorite in this game, and you're getting them at 3.5. So those are your 3 free plays. You've got the money saving discount coupon code. Go forward, make money, and I'll talk to you again on Monday when we will see who's playing quarterback and what the final line will be for that. What everybody thought was going to be a good game, but may not be, between San Francisco and Chicago. Good luck, guys, and I'll catch you again then.